kind of like your whole. I like your whole idea of classical music being preserved as opposed to it being like redone and revamped and constantly reimagined. Because I think personally, I feel that classical music sort of like lays the groundwork for.
Oh yeah, it's
Like the
foundation
potential of what music
Yeah.
would be going to be. Because you have like, I mean, you have like the early classical stuff. Like you have, you know, your Bachs and your Mozarts and your Chopins and your and your Debussy and.
Yeah.
Although I'm kind of all over the place with that, but I know that for me personally, when it comes to consumption of classical music, I usually tend to listen to the 20th century stuff, like
20%.
Because it's the
like
most
like Holst and
familiar
Stravinsky
stuff, maybe.
and Gershwin. And,
It's stuff that we can identify with.
yeah.
You know.
Well, and it's sounds that aren't too far off from what I hear now. I mean, my favorite being, like, my absolute favorite being The Planets. Holst The Planets. It's one of my favorites. I also really like George Grofe's Grand Canyon Suite.
Oh, that's pretty rough.
Is Groff? Groff, okay. Yeah, I really...
A lot of people say Graffe, but his original name is Groff.
Good to know.
But,
now I know.
yeah, Joe, so The Planets is actually what John Williams stole from.
Really?
Yeah, he took a lot of inspiration from The Planets for Star Wars.
If you listen to it, you're like, wow, he blatantly stole.
If you listen to the piece Venus, the Bringer of Peace, Mercury, the Winged Messenger,
And Mars.
and Mars, the
from Mars.
Bringer of War.
What's up, Alien from Mars?
So essentially, the first three songs, yeah, it sounds just like Star Wars, like very similar motifs.
That reminds me. Me and Nick were watching Eiji Gaming on Pokemon Black and White, and the original idea for Black and White soundtrack, and it's based off New York,
Wow.
is actually have inspiration from Stravinsky.
Okay.
Do you remember what else he said about that, Nick?
Yeah, well, originally, I guess, like, when the composer of Pokemon Black and White was when they were in the middle of composing all the music for the game, they were composing it with the intention of performing it live in New York City. Because one of the directors of the game, or the music director, he went to New York City during the launch tour for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
So they already had
And
an idea.
fell in love with the diversity that New York has, and decided to base the entire game around that. Which is why, with Black and White, it's the first time you see black trainers. Well, because
the first
all
region
the
it
other
wasn't based off of Japan. Hoenn,
Yeah.
Johto, Kanto, it's all different. Like
in Sinnoh,
islands.
they're all different areas of Japan.
Yeah, Sinnoh's the northern mountains.
Go to California for like 2 minutes and
Ice just
You
breaks.
just look around and you're like, oh, okay, there's a temple, there's a business building, there's a Mexican restaurant.
next to the Mexican restaurant
There's
is
a fucking
Greece.
recording studio right there.
Yeah.
There's a boarded Buddhist temple over there, and there's a Pep Boys. Oh, I'm in Stockton.
Bitch. Well, I'm in Stockton.
Can't wait.
My favorite. I'm not playing.
So, first 4 generations of Pokemon, at least the main ones, were in Japan. Kanto and Johto are like really similar to like a certain like eastern part of Japan. Hoenn is the more tropical region.
Hi, can you grab it? Jesus, Sparks.
Thanks, Jax.
Fucking hell.
Sinnoh is the northern part of Japan, and then Black and White's New York, or Manhattan, for Unova. X and Y is France. Sun and Moon is Hawaii. And
Honeymoon's
Soren.
more like Polynesian.
Yeah.
Like Polynesian islands and Hawaii. And
Yeah, and
I
then,
mean, I know they say Alola and shit.
and now we're now Sword and Shield is.
Now we're in the Galar region,
UK.
which is. Would you like a Glasgow kiss?
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Glasgow is in Scotland.
Well, it's also in the UK.
Yeah.
It's more like the UK. Well, everyone was joking around because like the girl's name, I guess, takes inspiration from Scottish names. And
We'll probably save Spike for the next session. Because we're at 213.
That's fine.
But we got great progress anyway.
I know. I have a.
I think I'm good for the rest of November, honestly. I think. Well, maybe a little bit more Crash. But
I have a few bullshit mini games I get to do now.
Yeah, I think in Spyro 2, it's like, yeah, I really like Icy Peak. The only thing I don't like is a wah. And that's all he said.
Fucking Nancy the Skater, dude. It's such a stupid minigame.
This series is older than the coronavirus.
I mean, if you word it like that, yeah.
We think. We just saw Jack's full-on ass right there. Mayyard, that's the evil version of Barnyard.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just May from Ruby and Sapphire. In a yard.
Well, what is your favorite generation of Pokemon, Joseph?
Unova. Sinnoh's my nostalgia bias, but it's not the best. Unova is still my top favorite, and that's with playing almost all the games. So I still haven't played Sword yet. But from what I hear, I don't think it'll be my favorite. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that's looking at the region without putting like the actual development of the game in mind. Just like
just generation,
like
the mechanics,
the actual
looks,
lore,
the music,
the actual
the whole
lore
general
itself.
story, everything. But yeah, Black and White and Black and White 2, Generation 5, Part 1 and 2 are still my peak for me. Fuck it, top 8 generations for you.
For me?
Yeah.
8.
Out of the 8, how would I rank them?
So number 8.
Oh Jesus. Okay. That's kind of hard. Number 8, I would probably put.
Moneybag goes, you better put Gen 1 at 1. I won't get you this fucking gate.
No, Gen 1 is not even in my top 3, honestly. I will say right now, Gen 1 is probably. God, I'm gonna get a lot of flack. Okay, well, number 8.
Even Gen 1ers know the abuse.
Number 8 is the Kalos region. The Kalos region.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I just don't. I'm not a fan of the variety that was offered. All the stuff they offered for X and Y was. It wasn't stuff that they ended up. They weren't like staples of the game that they ended up perfecting.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that paid off anyway. It was all like just shitty detours. I think the way that they went about the story too is just very half-assed. And not to mention Team Flare is just stupid.
It also has a suicide part.
supposedly though. It's not even official. It's supposedly.
Yeah, it's implied.
It's implied that the main baddie, the main villain of the rival or the bad team,
shot himself with a flower blaster.
Yeah, basically killed himself to avoid his inevitable whatever the. Yeah, it's so stupid.
It's a lot.
So
it's a lot,
that would
but
be
it
number
go
8.
anywhere.
Number 7 would probably be the Galar region. Mostly because I just playing the game, I had no real attachment to the game. I think that could have just been because I didn't play it enough, but
Camera do that.
like I played through the game, but the game was like so short. I just did not see like. I guess I didn't get as involved with the story, and like the DLC I've been playing has been super fun because it's basically like the wild area. But that's the whole game. That's the whole area. That's the whole DLC.
And is it just like one section, like the wild area, or did they put it for the entire like island or region?
The entire Crown Tundra and the entire I forget the name of the other DLC.
Crown Tundra and
the fighting dojo place.
Yeah.
The 2 DLC areas, I feel like shit now because I don't know it, but the 2 areas are entirely open world with a free roaming camera.
They didn't fix the pop in for Pokemon, or the trainers freezing when you go up a ladder.
No.
Yeah, Victor. When you go up a ladder and there's 2 trainers like animated like throwing Pokeballs in the air, they just freeze in time when you go on the ladder.
And the whole world freezes, so they'll be like this,
Switch.
and then they go.
It's a downgrade of the 3DS.
So yeah, I would say number 7 is the Galar region. I would say number 5 is or number 6 is Kanto.
Fuck 6. Okay,
I'd say
yeah.
number 6 is Kanto, just because I have nothing against Kanto. I'm so bored with Kanto now.
Yeah.
I've played through it so many times.
I've only green them.
I already know I'm Leaf Green. Leaf Green, I'm gonna be like
British version of the game, though. No cap. Not counting. Nah, yeah, fuck Let's Go. Yeah, best version.
I kind of like Let's Go, but okay.
And what about,
Number
what's your-
6
what's your-
or number
what's your
5.
yeah.
Number 5 would be the Johto region. Actually, no, it wouldn't. Let's see. I have Johto, Sinnoh, Hoenn, Unova, and Alola left. So I get a number 5 would be. Yeah, it would be the Johto region. I enjoy Heart Gold and Soul Silver a lot, but are you fucking kidding me?
Reese. You see how he even get to land? He was like, yeah, I'm free.
Look it was right here this whole time.
Your number 4?
My number 4 would be the Alola region.
Oh, really?
Yes. And actually,
Back in 2017, that was your number 1.
no, number 4 would be. Actually, honestly, number 4 would probably be Unova.
Really?
We can have differing opinions.
No,
Joe.
I'm kidding. No,
we don't have to
what's
entirely
your,
agree.
No,
on
what,
everything.
I'm asking what is your reason?
I love Black and White. I just as a region, I just felt it was a little too straightforward for me.
Yeah,
It's literally a straight line. And
story. They're just
for me personally, a great story. I love the story, but I think in terms of like an entire region, it was just too linear for me.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 would be Sinnoh.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sinnoh is too slow paced, but Sinnoh is very nostalgic for me.
What do you think it really added since, nostalgia bias kind of just, it's its own thing. So, like, what do you think it added to the series after Gen 3?
What do I think it added?
Yeah.
I feel after... I personally feel that Gen 4 put a higher emphasis on the legendary Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
As
definitely.
becoming integral to the plot.
And there's plenty of them.
And I also feel that, I think the 4th generation, I feel, had a little more lore put into the game.
Yeah, it's the creation of everything.
It's a very, very, very lore-heavy game, and that's why I have it.
Yeah, it's a director of my
3?
Toy Story. Or, sorry, Cowboy.
Number 2 would be the Alola region. Just because the Alola region, for me, I really, really liked Pokemon Sun and Moon. And I know there's a lot of people that didn't like it, and I really like it. It's in my top 3 because I liked it that much. And so that's why it is my number 2. My number 1 is Hoenn. Big surprise. Big surprise there. Hoenn is the most nostalgic for me. Even more than Sinnoh, because Hoenn was the first Pokemon game I ever played. And I just remember, when I remember when I played the game, I was playing it when everybody was playing it. So it was really cool to experience a Game Boy game like that. Really, where everybody interacted with each other. Because I was really late to the whole Game Boy thing. Because I was young, so I didn't understand the appeal of gaming as a community, Mm-hmm. So it was really cool to have the ability to trade Pokemon and stuff. I know you can do that with the first 2 generations. But
Yeah, but this was really got popular.
yeah, and I have very fond memories of playing
See that
Hoenn.
Rose knocked Spyro over and it was like.
Okay, so I think all I have left is the main mission.
That and the charge.
And the dreaded fucking charging. So remember how we had those charging...
I remember.
The charging tracks from Molten...
Molten Crater, and there are also different colors in
How could I forget?
Nasty's Nork. Well, these are in this game, but they're on Cratchet.
These ones are really, really freaking hard.
I
But I really love the level design of the tracks. They're really cool. There's a lot of pathways, different ways you can take it, and there's a way to cheese it too. How are you gonna do it? Legitimate or the...
No, because it's a skill point too. So
Yeah, he's just chilling up there.
Oh, I can't wait to play it in Eddie. It has.
Oh, I wonder if it's on that.
Very similar to this.
Yeah,
well, actually,
I know
what's
what you're
awesome
talking about
what's awesome about this is you don't lose lives in this area because they know that it's freaking hard.
Really? Was it like that in the original?
Yep. This is one of the few mini games there you don't lose any lives.
A little inconsistent, but I guess it's just designed for this one. And there you go.
Okay, now you're good. Get out.
So that was one,
There's one more.
and I have this other guy.
That is on crack.
Wow.
I want to be poached. I mean, this ache's gonna be poached.
Oh, fucking.
And you're gonna die.
This one gets really fast, and it's like super like confusing and shit. It's so.
I guess I'll only have a top 7 because, yeah, I haven't played Gen 8 yet. So, number 7, X and Y. No surprise there. Boring as shit. Didn't add anything. Mega Evolution is really unbalanced.
I'm not getting
Sorry.
everything you're saying.
Number 7. Coming
Wait,
in
no,
number
we're
7.
not looking at mechanics. It's strictly just the region.
No, I said generation. Generation means everything. Everything in the summary.
I didn't know we were ranking generations.
That's what.
Yeah,
That's,
he said that.
yes, I said
Oh, did
generation
he?
at the very
Oh,
beginning.
my bad. Well, what?
What's that noise?
Well, my list remains the same. The
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
regardless.
And you explained mechanics. You didn't just explain the region itself.
That is true.
So yeah, Generation 6 comes in last because they didn't do much with the whole general premise of Pokemon other than Mega Evolution and a new Fairy type, and I think the Fairy type was a mistake and made it more unbalanced. And same with Mega Evolution, it fucking is too powerful, and they don't really balance it out.
Did you
until
also?
Sun and
I
Moon
totally forgot to
and
mention that.
Alpha Sapphire?
The Mega Evolutions. Have you read the descriptions for some of them? A lot of them describe the Pokemon as being in pain.
Yeah, so fuck X and Y for abusing Pokemon even more. That's what makes Black and White so much better. What?
What?
Number?
What? Number
I just say
6.
butt like that all the time. Number 6. Gen 1. Broken as shit. Nothing fucking works. Missing no. It's the first gen. I get it. But it's hard to go back to.
What are some pros?
Pros of Gen 1?
That was the original.
Starter?
Great soundtrack.
My favorite
Great
starter is on
OG
Gen 1.
Pokemon, even if they get really oversaturated later down the road. But for a first, outing, it's some great memorable Pokemon and pretty dark and serious plot. And okay, what I really like about Gen 1 is that actually all of the subplots connect in the end.
Oh, okay.
Without spoiling everything.
But everything else can just fuck off.
Yeah, the mechanics itself,
No,
bad.
the mechanics of Gen 1 are
awful.
fucking garbage, and they are like super unfair and unbalanced.
Story's simple and good. Music's great,
If
even if there's not that
like
many
going-
songs.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm on number 5. Yeah, number 5 would have to be Gen. I'll have to actually put.
It's kind of hard. You have to think about it on the spot.
Yeah, because I'm
it's
getting
so
to like
difficult
the ones I really like.
because it's hard. Like it
I'm
killed
gonna
me to
have
play
to
Johto
say
so well in that list.
Generation. Fuck, I don't want to put Generation 3 any lower, but
I mean, really think about it though.
oh man, okay, I'm gonna have to put Generation 3 next. Because
As number 6,
yeah, 'cause
controversial.
the problem I have with it. First, I'll do the pros. I guess the pros. The music, the double battles.
Wow,
the
good shot, Nick. Damn.
I love the tropical region. However, if you're going to the game when you played a lot of Kanto, the game is very similar to Kanto. I did not have that problem when I first played it because I played Diamond first, then Hoenn, so I'm like, oh, this is like a really cool tropical area.
Yeah, see, I played Hoenn first, and then
But the game
and
starts
then
out
Sinnoh,
with...
and I didn't play Kanto until
Yeah,
way
yeah. So
later.
it's... But if you played all of them and you really compare it, yeah, it's like a horizontal Kanto, but with a lot more water. The water is pretty atrocious, especially in the original. Not the remakes, but the original. Because they kind of dumb it down. And the story for trying to be a little more serious with its plot and legendaries is still kind
pretty
of
sick.
dumb. because of the whole land and sea. Doesn't
Yeah, but
always
that's just
work
for
right
Emerald.
there. No, for all three. All three of them are pretty laughable, in my opinion.
What?
Yeah.
I disagree.
But
I like
like Emerald at least like gives them more of a reason to like clash with each other, because then you can have the politics within the Pokemon universe instead of just
True,
focusing on
although it
one or
does
the
kind of
other.
suck that they don't necessarily flesh it out.
Yeah, they
properly
don't
and-
like the remakes give them more personality and like more stakes, but they execute it poorly. Where it's just all like, oh, he's primal now, whatever, and don't really focus on like the repercussions and and like the things you could really do to screw up the world. Like they take it way too seriously, and it's just executed poorly when they try to like, oh god, you know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like when Kingdom Hearts like just says heart and darkness, while and it pretty much
They really go overboard.
yeah, they go overboard. Think Goofy when he does a fake death in Kingdom Hearts 2, and how ridiculous it is, and then Mickey summons a Keyblade and they try to make it all dramatic. It's literally
are there gems?
subdramatic.
No.
What's the word? Melodramatic.
Melodramatic.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
All right, number 4, Gen 7. I really like Alola. It was a step up from X and Y, but it for me it tried to focus more on story again because X and Y didn't, but the very beginning of the game is too slow for my taste.
I'll agree with you on that one. I think the hand holding in the game is really bad.
Like the game is hard in X and Y, but the cutscenes are just so goddamn long at the very beginning that it like I really like any scene with Lily and the legendaries and Lily. Yeah. I couldn't think of anything else.
And you know what's super funny though is Gen 5 is super rich in story too, and I think I like the story in Gen 5, but I think I clicked a little more with Gen 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, that's every level except for the Sparks level.
And you can't do it till after
It's
Spike.
we're at
2:30.
2:30. I can do it.
Yeah, I mean
I can do Spike's Arena.
My computer hasn't crapped out on.
I mean, did we record this at 30?
You have to pee.
Yeah, it's at 30.
Okay.
But
Because I was like, if you put
regardless,
this at 60.
it's probably still gonna take.
Well,
a
it's
while.
gonna take a while, but it won't take nearly as long as.
Yeah, and more content the better. Yeah, I guess we can try Spike, and then while Victor's peeing, I can just say my last.
Yeah.
I only have 4 left. 4, 3, 2, 1.
You said Alola was your 4?
Yeah.
What was your 5? Oh.
Okay. So
No, so you had 7 was Kalos.
Kalos. Then
6 was Kanto.
Kanto. Oh, okay.
5 was Hoenn.
5 was
4 was
Hoenn,
Alola.
4 was Alola. Okay, 3. And Sun and Moon is a, has a lot. Like I love the Z moves. They're still can sometimes be unbalanced, but I think they're a little bit better than Mega Evolutions in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the end story is great. So it's quite a step up. It's just a really slow start.
Yeah.
My number 3, right?
Yeah.
Is Generation 2. As much as I hate the level
The level
curve at the
is
very
so
late in the
bad.
game, I just love the amount of content, especially the remakes. But just in general, like there's so much to do, and it was like a perfect finale for the series before it turns out it wasn't. But
Yeah.
like for their attempt. Number 2, Sinnoh.
Sinnoh.
So ignoring my bias as my first, I just really love building the lore on the creation of everything with Pokemon. The creator of time, space, distortion, and then the god itself.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in that as the best fucking
Damn.
best fucking MILF champion.
MILF champion?
Fucking Cynthia, dude. She is so hard. There's Bentley. Release me
number
from
one,
your cage, you merciless miscreants.
Without spoiling like big things, you know what the plot of Black and White is, Victor? This is not a big spoiler. This is like a tagline in the game.
No.
The Team Plasma challenges trainers. Are you abusing your Pokemon? We should liberate them.
We should
These
liberate,
battles.
We should liberate the Pokemon because you are forcing your Pokemon to do battles.
Yeah, you're treating them like
So,
slaves. So we should
how are you
liberate
how are
all
you
of them.
one with your Pokemon if you make them do battles? And
Yeah.
that's like the big thought. It's an ethics. It's
So
an
it's-
argument of ethics in the fifth.
That alone is enough. Like that's like some of the best storytelling.
And one of the main villains in the game has the same trainer arc as you do, but it's the polar opposite. Instead of catching Pokemon, he's releasing Pokemon.
yeah, it's truths versus ideals. No matter which version you pick, it's
Okay,
it's a polar opposite.
This one's fun, but this one's like. Really
And the sequel is even better on gameplay, shit on story. So yeah, that's it.
Well,
That's what I would like.
did you ever give your number 1?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I just said black and white.
Unova.
Unova, black and white. Black is my favorite. Black 2 is my comes in second if I split it in half, and then of course the actual number 2 in third generation is platinum. So yeah,
And there's like no cons you can think of. The first one.
I'm sorry, pros
Yeah. No, there's no cons you can think of.
for black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Like Nick said, the region's too linear. You literally, I mean,
They still you're using HMs, which
Yeah.
I don't.
They're not
like.
required though. There's only one cut in Gen. There's only one cut tree. and
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
the
They
fact
just
that they're
get
still
rid
the
of them.
fact that they're still included in the game.
if they're not required, they don't bother me. It's really linear in Black and White 1. Black and White 2, they fix and make it a little more. all
And
over
that
the
was
place
second boss.
on the region.
I literally beat that in
Yeah,
less than 2
they
minutes.
neutered that from the OG. I had so much harder time
Monique.
with the OG. Oh, and the final plot twist is shit in Black and White, so I'll give it that.
Oh my god, yeah, it does. It cucks you of a good time, which is so stupid, but I like it. I liked it. I had a great time with it. It's very fast paced, and it's very like, and there's an easy way to grind to get experience too. That they're not very outspoken about it, but it's in the game.
And the experience is even higher in Black and White too, and they lower in X and Y, and
Yeah.
and they lower the counter rate in Black and White too.
But yeah, I will say though, yeah, Hoenn would have to be my favorite.
And that was probably our first.
I'm so used to playing Hoenn too.
Yeah,
That
was probably our first like actual legit
Alrighty,
conversation.
and
on a
here we
hot
are at
take.
Evening Lake. We'll
Least on
get this.
games.
We'll get this audio, and then we can.
Spyro, this is serious now. The sorceress is planning a trap for you, and if she catches you,
Setting a trap for you.
That's
you'll
right.
know what
Planning a
she's
trap
going
for
to
you.
do. Look,
Do
I
you
promise to
have-
take good care of the rest of the
Do
eggs.
you
I
have?
mean it. Just take Hunter and go
I
back
love this
home
song.
before. I can't say it. Just go.
And she
Alrighty.
died.
And with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up today. So let's see where we're at currently. 46% of the way through the game.
100% on that one, and yeah, we're
46% of the way through the game.
If you weren't trying to 100% it, how long do you think it would take?
Oh, you have to get a minimum 100 eggs. So if I wasn't 100% in the game, I would just 100% the first 2 worlds and then complete the eggs I need to get to the 4th world, and then get a few, like, then get all the ones that I need to do.
yeah. It still took me a while to do an any percent with Spyro
Yeah.
3. Spyro 2 and 1, you can do it.
Any percent Spyro
Barely anything.
It's still kind of complicated just because you need 100 of the 150.
Yeah,
Just
I only
to
need
face the
40
final
in Spyro 2.
Nice.
But yeah, alrighty, we will.
All right, so just like I did with Coco, click on this to go to the back and go to the next. Bye.